It's your girl, and this is the Manila briefing. Now listen to me. You think the game stops when the clothes come off? Tagalog na diwa. That's when the real battlefield is revealed, and you've just stumbled into it unarmed. I'm not here to sell you a fantasy or teach you sweet nothings in my language. I'm here to hand you the field manual, the rules of engagement that determine if your bedroom is a sanctuary or an office where you're the only one not getting paid. Pay close attention. Dating in the Philippines isn't a romantic comedy, it's high stakes poker, and you've been dealt a hand you don't understand. You're sitting at a table where the buy in is your time and the pot is your life savings. Every smile, every touch, every sob story is a card being played. The problem is, you think you're playing for hearts, but the currency at this table is cold, hard cash and strategic advantage. And trust me, the other players have been practicing their entire lives for this exact game. You're here, aren't you? Over 30, maybe over 50, fresh off a divorce that took half of everything, or just sick of the deafening silence in a big empty house back west. You have a finite amount of time, a nest egg you bled for, and a hunger to feel wanted that is so loud it's like a beacon in the dark. You think that makes you a king here? No. It makes you the juiciest mark to walk through the casino doors in months. Your loneliness is a tell. You've been warned. Every move you make is being watched, analyzed, and priced. A wrong step here isn't like a bad date back home where you just feel awkward for a night. A wrong step here can echo for years. It's the wire transfer that never stops, the family emergency that becomes your monthly bill, the slow, humiliating bleed out that turns you into another bitter ghost haunting the expat bars. The stories you hear from those guys? They were all beginners once, just like you. So why listen to me? Because I was born in the casino. I've dealt the cards, I've watched the whales go broke, and I've seen what happens when men mistake a good hand for an invincible one. I am not a guru. I am the insider who got out, the one who can read the tells from across the room because I was taught them in the cradle. I'm not giving you theory, I am giving you the enemy's playbook. This is your only chance to level the playing field. The game is already underway, whether you know it or not. The first bet has been placed the moment she smiled at you. Now you have a choice to make, and it's the only one that truly matters because it dictates every single move you will make from this point forward. It's you against the world, so be honest with yourself before you ante up again. Are you playing for love, for sex, or are you playing for survival? So let's map out this war zone. Your first mistake is thinking you're the only soldier on the ground. Look around the bar, the mall, the coffee shop. See those other guys, just like you? They're not your allies. They are your direct competition, and some are hungrier and dumber than you are. You're all bidding on the same assets, driving up the price of a smile, a phone number, a promise. You think you landed a prize? No, you just won an auction by overpaying, and she knows it. And what do you get for overpaying? A hit of validation. That's your drug, isn't it? The feeling of being the hero, the provider, the one who can fix things with a quick withdrawal from the ATM. $100 for a grandmother's miracle medicine, 50 for a brother's tuition that never seems to get paid. You don't ask questions because the gratitude, the way she looks at you, is the only thing that quiets the voice in your head that says you're an old man buying affection. You are paying to feel needed. This is the loneliness tax, and it's the most brutally efficient tax in the world. You're not just paying for a date. You're paying to keep the silence at bay. You send money for phone credit, what we call load, not so she can call you, but so you feel connected to something, anything. Your loneliness has a smell, and in this market, it smells like fresh meat. Every I miss you text you send is an open invitation for her to present a problem that only your wallet can solve. Then comes the real test, the first ambush, the pity me play. It starts small. Her phone breaks or she suddenly can't make rent. It is never a demand, Always a crisis presented with a tearful sigh. This isn't just a request for help, it's an intelligence operation. How quickly do you offer? How much? Do you ask questions? Your reaction sets the financial baseline for the entire relationship. You just showed her exactly how to press the button that makes the money come out, and believe me, she will press it again. And that's just the basic stuff, the boot camp of getting played. This is level 1, the simple skirmishes that only cost you a few hundred here, a few thousand there. It's embarrassing, sure, but you can recover. Don't get comfortable though, because what we're going to talk about next is where men get wiped out. This is the mistake that doesn't just empty your bank account, it destroys your reputation, your visa, your entire life here. And you are probably already making it. So now you understand the basics of the financial bleed. Good. Let's talk about the cancer that kills you from the inside, your own need to be the hero. You are the captain of your ship, right? You set the course. But every time she has a crisis, you let her grab the wheel and steer you straight into a storm. You're not the captain, you're a passenger in a taxi with a meter that's running on your bank account, and the driver is taking the longest possible route. You need to decide now, are you in command or are you just paying for the ride? It's not always a crisis though. Sometimes it's softer, more insidious. It's the constant stream of messages. Take care. Did you eat already? I'm worried about you. You think it's love, but it's a loyalty program. She's collecting points on your emotional state. Each concerned reply you send is a confirmation that the line is open, that you're invested, that your focus is on her. These aren't just words, Kuya. They are reconnaissance drones, mapping your defenses before the real attack begins. And your lonely heart is telling them the airfield is clear for landing. Then the artillery gets rolled out. Jealousy. She'll mention a persistent local suitor or another foreigner who tried to get her number. It's a beautifully crafted test. It's not about him, it's about your reaction. Do you get angry? Do you puff up your chest? Do you spend more, promise more, to stake your claim and prove you're the bigger man? Bingo! You just fell for it. You're now bidding in a one-man auction, driving up the price of an asset in a market that she created specifically for you. This is the point where the money is no longer the real price. The real cost is your peace of mind. You start second-guessing everything. You check her social media. You overanalyze every message. You live with a low-grade fever of anxiety. You're paying with your sanity for moments of affection that feel more and more like transactions. You've let her turn your mind into a battlefield. And the worst part is, you're fighting yourself. Her victory is guaranteed because your need for her is the weapon she's using against you. And here's the brutal truth you've been avoiding. All of this, the financial drain, the emotional warfare, the jealousy games, it all works for one reason and one reason only. It's not because she's a genius or you're a fool. It's because you are still negotiating with hope. You're paying for the potential of what you want this to be, not the reality of what it is. The whole game changes, the board flips, the moment you stop trading in hope. That's where men get their power back. Alright, enough diagnosing the sickness. Let's forge the weapon. Hope is not a strategy, it's a liability. From now on, you operate on a system, a cold, hard, logical framework that is immune to tears and sob stories. Think of your life as Manila's international airport and your resources as the runway. Not every plane that approaches gets cleared for landing. You are the air traffic controller, not a welcome mat. You decide who gets to land, who gets refueled, and who gets waved off. Your heart is now closed for business. This is your pre-flight checklist. The first step is the filter. Before she even gets on your radar, you apply brutal, non-negotiable criteria. Does she have a job? Is her social media a string of pity posts and veiled requests? Is she a single mother with a story that tugs at your hero complex? These are not moral judgments. They are risk assessments. You are filtering for stability, not potential. A plane with a history of engine failure doesn't get a pass because the pilot is pretty. It gets grounded immediately. Next, if she passes the filter, comes the test. This is where you put her claims under a microscope. She needs money for her mother's medicine? Your answer is not how much. It's I'll drive you to the pharmacy and pay for it myself. Her phone is broken? Let's go to the shop together and get it fixed. Her reaction to this is not about gratitude, it's data. Does she accept the direct help? Or does she make an excuse for why she just needs the cash? The test reveals the true nature of the problem. The test gives you the data for the decision. It's binary: go or no go, pass or fail. There is no middle ground, no let's see. If she fails the test, you move to the final, most important step: the exit. This isn't a dramatic breakup, it's a quiet, firm closing of the gate. You stop responding, you block the number, you are no longer on her frequency. You don't owe an explanation. You owe yourself the preservation of your assets and your peace of mind. The flight is cancelled. End of transmission. This framework, filter, test, decide, exit, is your new religion. It is the checklist you run before any plane gets to take off with your time, your money, and your sanity. Every single man who crashed and burned here did so because he skipped a step, convinced that this time it would be different. Get a pen, write this down, because in the next briefing, we stop talking and start doing. We are taking this checklist into the field for live fire drills. You are going to learn exactly how to run these plays. Welcome to the live fire exercise. This is where your new armor gets hammered, and we find out if it's battle ready or just for show. Think of this as a game of ping pong, but the balls are grenades, and they're all coming at you at once. The amateur swings wildly at everything. The professional knows the secret. Your position is more important than your paddle. If you aren't standing in the right place, you've already lost the point before the ball even crosses the net. Your framework is your position. Let's see you hold it. The attack comes right after you're most vulnerable, in the warmth of the sheets. She tells you how amazing you are. Then the pillow talk shifts. Her sister was just kicked out, needs a deposit for a new apartment by morning. Cash only. The old you, high on validation, would be reaching for your pants. The new you applies the test. That's terrible, you say, looking her dead in the eye. Let's call your sister right now and I'll talk to the landlord directly on our way to the bank tomorrow. Watch her face. The data is in the hesitation. Before you can even process her excuse, the second ball is served. She sighs, scrolling through her phone. My ex, the one from Australia, he just sent money for a new laptop, no questions asked. This isn't a story, it's a direct assault on your ego, designed to trigger your competitive instinct and make you prove you're the bigger provider. You feel the sting of loneliness, the fear of being replaced, but you're not in an auction, you are the house. You let the ball fly past, you don't even flinch. You see it now, don't you? The frantic backpedaling, the anger when she realizes her two-pronged attack, pity and jealousy, has failed. The button that used to dispense cash and validation is broken. You didn't get angry, you didn't negotiate, you ran the plays. Test, decide. Now comes the exit. The mood is ruined not because you were cruel, but because you were clear. By refusing to play, you have already won. She has shown you her entire hand, and it's a bluff. The flight is cancelled. You just saved yourself a 5-figure crash. This is the cold, hard proof. Your system works. It's not about being a heartless bastard. It's about having a non-negotiable respect for your own survival. You didn't react to the chaos. You forced the chaos to react to your structure, and it fell apart. You held your position. But here is the final brutal law of this entire war zone. The thing that separates the men who survive from the men who conquer. Holding your position saves you money, but owning the entire table? That is how you build an empire. So let's bring it all home. You came here looking for warmth and found a war zone. You learned the hard way that the bedroom is a boardroom and pillow talk is a deposition. The rules are not suggestions, they are your armor. Filter out the bad risks, test every claim, make a hard decision, and be ready to exit without a second thought. This isn't about being cruel, it's the cold calculus of survival. This is not a game of love, it is a game of access, and you, and only you, control the gate. Stop being the desperate bee, buzzing frantically from one flower to the next, begging for a drop of nectar. A bee's life is short and its labor is exploited. You are not the bee, you are the garden. You cultivate your own value, your stability, your peace, your fortress. A healthy flower with deep roots doesn't chase, it attracts. The right kind of bee, the one looking to build a hive, will find you. Your value is the pollen. Stop letting the pests steal it for free. Your garden is now a private reserve. Here is the final law, the one you will engrave on the back of your hand. In the marketplace of relationships, your heart is a liability until your mind has secured the perimeter. You are no longer a mark, you are a stronghold. If you understand the rules of this game now, prove it. Go to the comments right now and write perimeter secured. Let the world know another easy target just went dark. This is how we win the war. One fortified position at a time. Do it now. If this briefing has saved you from one bad night, one expensive emergency, one moment of weakness, then you know what to do. Like this video, subscribe for the next field manual, and if you want to keep these briefings coming, hit the super thanks button or find the PayPal link in the description. Think of it as buying a single high caliber round for the fight ahead. Now get out there, be the captain, not the passenger. Stay sharp, stay solvent, and prove you're in command tonight.